Welcome to the another session of Hall of Fame where we have another CAM student having stupendous success. Within 2 years in the organization, got promoted with 40% hike. And we are so proud of him that he has shown every aspect of a good student, right from probably attending all the sessions, right from going through entire camp in detail, that is a career acceleration mastery. And he has proved that if you are really willing to take action around your career growth, you can achieve anything which you feel which is impossible to start with, but you can achieve everything. So welcome on this special Hall of Fame interview. Thank you very much and wish you many congratulations for your achievement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wanted to thank you uh, all the support and the guidance you have given me so far. And I'm very happy uh, that I came to this course and looking forward to develop myself further.
Sure. So help us understand, how did CAM happen to you? What actually triggered you to come to CAM?
Um, uh, I was as a mid-career working professionals, I was in a dilemma, as in I'm working so long in a company. How should I grow? And I spent a lot of my previous organization wondering, as in how can I grow? How can I grow intellectually? How can I grow professionally? How can I grow and contribute to my organization? But I couldn't able to find it. I went through a lot of books, personal health books, but they were not specific to working professionals. I went to website, YouTube channel, but couldn't able to satisfy my quest to grow. And once I was on Facebook, I saw that ad. It was during the lockdown. I had a lot of time, and I was just wondering. I still remember that day. I thought, it would be some other, uh, program where they'll introduce and ask you for money, and that's what happened exactly. And but I was very much confident when I spent that 1 hour or 3 hours in that course. The amount of effort you have taken to let us know how important if we don't take a decision right now, and that helped me. And then one thing, sir, you mentioned is the cost of ignorance. I still remember that word, and I thought about it. And when I really thought about it, it was amounting to be a drastic number. And I took that decision, and I thought this is the right time. I should do it. Let me give it a shot and see what happens. If not now, then when I'll take this decision. That's how I come to know about CAM.
Wonderful. This cost of ignorance, I believe it is there present in every one of us, right? And I'm sure you have reduced a significant amount of that cost of ignorance in the going through the camp. So how camp has helped you to become the person that you are today? What was like how were you feeling before you coming to the camp, and how is your thought process now? What has changed in you?
It is a paradigm shift for me completely. When I came to a camp, I was in on a very low confidence level. I was thinking that somebody who is in better position me have done something different, and these guys are phenomenal, and we at this position will take a lot of time. And that's how everybody thinks in initial stage of careers, mid-term careers, where they have not got what desire elevation in their current roles. And when I joined, and then I realized that you know uh, we rate ourselves very low for no reasons, and that was the first discovery. And there is no reason somebody should rate ourselves low, and that has a very drastic approach in your day-to-day working professional life and your long-term goal as well. So the first thing I discovered in camp is through the career blueprint, where we defined circle of control, circle of impact, circle of influence. So that gave me immense clarity that what I have done in past is an immense gold. That's you already mentioned in camp. That's gold for me. And this all experience which I have done, the skill set I have acquired, and the experience I have earned and the projects I have done was phenomenal. And that gave me a lot of confidence. It helped me to improve my self image and to rate myself very high and go for any opportunity without any hesitation. That is the first thing camp has helped me a lot. And the third, and one more thing which I really wanted to mention here is I always, ever since I've started, I was abroad for 5 years. I spent 5 years abroad and came back, and I realized that I have very less network because I didn't get time for it, and I have to start scratch from India in India and start from scratch my working professions in India. Then I realized that during this period of time, whenever we go in a working professional, there are a lot of things which we don't know. And coming to camp will obviously help me to understand that it's not about moving from one job to other job. It was the absolute mentality that whenever you grow, let's wait for a time, and just wait for a time. You get 20% hike, 30% hike, just move it, because that's the way only we understand, because we didn't had any exposure. Now coming to camp, I have realized that there is something called career, which everybody should consider while moving from one job to other job, because that makes an immense impact on long term perspective. So these are the two things which gave me a lot of perspective. It sounds very simple now when I say, but intellectually within inward progress, I feel this is where your actual growth happens.
Wonderful, wonderful to hear that. And help me understand, how did your breakthrough happen? I'm sure you have been associated with a lot of people, right? And you have been attending the sessions as well. Did the sessions help you? Did the mastermind help you? What has changed in you to get your own breakthrough as well?
When I joined CAM, initially 1 or 2 weeks, it took me to understand what's going on. I was clueless, but I went through CAM. I went to the videos. There are a lot of doubts when I went to the videos because it was something a new concept for me. But the group session, which happens weekends, especially a weekend when Sunday, you can plan, think, and reflect on the sessions. That really helped me to understand what is the whole concept about it. We also got the opportunity to ask questions in person so that we get more clarity on what we are learning. So that is something really helped me. Now one thing I also wanted to add, that the camp got me into headspace where I am thinking very specific about my career. Every time, every weekend, if I don't go through the videos, the sessions for 1 or 2 weeks, but I don't miss out on the group sessions where we have a community of people will ask different questions, have different perspective. I have a perspective about one thing, but somebody asks the same question, I have a different opinion. I think I might be wrong about that. It give me an opportunity to correct myself. So it always keep you in a headspace where you constantly engage, involved, and collaborate with colleagues, thinking about how I can grow my career. That's the important thing about the community, about CAM. It will keep you engaged as long as you're there, and it will always encourage you to do better and better and grow forward.
Wonderful. And how did you achieve the success? What has actually changed in you that has brought you the success? 2 years
Uh,
promotion is absolutely non-heard of. That is number one. Number two is it is within the COVID time period where people are anyway struggling in the industry. So what has actually changed?
Sir, you know, as you said, I remember in one of the class, you said there is no compromise on performance. I've been performing ever since, but I couldn't able to get through. And the most important thing, I was very less confident of what I did. Actually, I did a lot of things in first 1 year, but I was rating myself very low, and hence has didn't courage to ask my boss, should I get promotion? Should I deserve this position or not? So the camp really realized me what are while doing my blueprint, I jot down what I have achieved in last 1 year. That gave me a very much confident and a very self image. After joining camp, my interaction with my colleagues, with my team members have gone completely different. There are a lot of things which really helped me. The first thing was career clarity. The second thing which I really liked about is there are certain modules which really help me. Like one of the module, like leverage the event in your organization. So there was a COVID vaccine ride which was happening recently in my organization. So every city, Bangalore did, Delhi did, Pune people were hesitant. हम लोग को बाहर निकलना चाहिए नहीं चाहिए. We should get involved in this cause. It's really not working. It's not in my KRA. But I went that video and I understand the importance. I took the initiative, and leaders at the position didn't tell anything on mail or and professionally, but in personal, they really appreciate and found it helped me to put myself and be visible in front of senior leadership. So these are the very small things, but I think after 6 or 8 months or 1 year, it will reflect my intention towards the organization. And this is the nuances. Nobody will know books, no YouTube videos, everything you will find. These all I found it in camp. One more thing which I wanted to share is I really struggle with office politics a lot. I was abroad and I was overthinking about office politics. I came to India, then I was overthinking. My values were not something which I'll go ahead and do something for wrong. And then I thought I'll be always be a victim of office politics because I have no intention of harming anybody. But other people in my past career have done such, so many things I couldn't able to imagine. And I thought, this is not my cup of tea. I'll be always struggling. But in my camp, when I realized that it's nothing to be fearful about, one thing which outpass office politics is your performance. Whenever you concentrate on your performance, your individual performance, rest all thing will be taken care of. But there are other things which are mentioned in camp. I cannot mention here that you need to discover yourself. Anybody who's planning to come to camp, that there are other things mentioned in camp which I implemented and got very good result. Now I am no more scared of office politics. I have so much confidence that I know there are people in the organization I can surpass them easily by implementing. There are 2 3 modules, 2 3 principles, not more than that, but consistently, honestly, in a long term perspective. So my confidence level is very high on that. Thank you very much for that wisdom, sir. That is wisdom. That is not a normal information which you can get it. So I am very grateful that I have got through that.
Wonderful. So help me understand what has happened in your interview, which has actually brought you to this success.
It was very interesting. I think interviews nowadays, to be honest, nowadays in organization are already decided. There are certain expectations which have been already set with the client. But I surprised my seniors in the interview that they were not expecting. I knew that there would be certain hike, but I was not expecting that much. So I presented myself. I went to two sessions in camp. That is one is salary negotiation, and the other one is career progression. So there are two models which I went. Salary negotiation really helped me to understand how I can present myself strongly, and obviously career progression also help me to tell me what I'm planning to do in future, like 30, 60, 90 days plan. What are my plans to develop my skills? I'm also doing my leadership course personally. And the most important thing which happened accidentally, that I have texted you that I have my interview and please suggest me something. And the two things which are very crucial, which I found that actually set up the tone for the entire interview, was one thing that keep yourself uh, in front of value addition to the business. Always keep yourself on top of value addition to the business. And the second thing, please go with all confidence and your self image very high, which I was struggling a lot. And that gave me a lot of confidence where whatever I said it to a conviction. And that was happened in the interview. They were impressed. by my thought process, and I thought I'll never have that kind of interaction. The interview was scheduled for 20 minutes. I took it 35 minutes. They didn't even say, they were saying anything else you want to add. So I think it went wonderfully, and that's because of the camp, which I am a part of it. I still feel very grounded and humble that I got this opportunity, and I'll do whatever it takes to make most out of it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Really, really grateful for that word. And I really appreciate the way you have taken that advice as well. Most of the people generally, when they're given advice, they feel that, oh, this is not specific, isn't it? But that two things were enough for you to actually take yourself to the next level. It is not required to have a, a preparation of a functional expertise that is on the display. It is about your own self that you are presenting in front of the interview panel that matters. That's what I understand. And you are the real example where you can probably take your head high, and at the same time you can say that this is the business impact that you can make, and the preparation is the key. That's what you are showing now. Help me understand, there are a lot of mid-career professionals who are coming to us and probably going through the lot of webinar information and so on, but they are still struggling to understand that whether they should go for it or not go for it. What is the advice that you want to give to them?
So, somebody who is struggling, the first important thing, taking decision is the actual matrix of your success. Whenever, whenever somebody is stuck and don't know, uh, they are still procrastinating towards their decision of career progression. I think whenever somebody is moving, and irrespective whatever their course going, but whoever is watching this video should go and understand and have interaction and go through what all aspects they are covering in the course. And somebody, if they have gone through this and they are not able to take decision, that would be a high cost of ignorance, and which I realize. I also feel that I should have joined this course 5 years before. I could have been on a different level. There are other courses also. I am doing it, like leadership course. I have done 21-day mastery. Each and every course has real value for money, which as a layman, as a normal professional, we all, everybody, most of the people will think, investing money in these kind of things, I am not sure what will happen. But I have gone through it. I have realized that every money, every single penny is worth it, eh, unless and until you are really committed to it. So I would suggest that you should go and give it a try. If it works, works for you. But if it not works, that you will all at least will know what is the next step behind. You will not be stuck at one position.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And uh, as a mid-career professional, I'm sure there are a lot of people who also get stuck into the what do you call, as a lack of clarity, right? And I'm sure when you started off with let's say lack of confidence and the clarity what to do next and so on, right? Is it something that comes by the divine force and the magical powers, or is it something that you have to actually work for it? Because I'm sure after going through the camp, you must have realized that it is something that you can find it out if you work on it. So, what is your experience around that?
So career clarity is the prime most important thing. It's the first step you take towards your career. I think everybody wants to do it, but don't know how to do it. So it's very much important that you have a template or a step-by-step process that will save you a lot of time to discover yourself and the career path for coming 5 years, 10 years, whatever is your plan. I think CAM really helps us to understand where we are, what should we plan, and hence will elevate all the possibilities where you can take to advance your career. So I think that really helps. And of course, the session we have, any doubt we have related to that, we can ask. And I remember I had certain doubts at beginning, and you clarified most of it, and I implemented going back and seeing that video again and again. So I think that is something which most of the mid-career professionals struggling is the career clarity. I'm at 38. I think, now on 38, there is not much possibility. But after going to the camp, I think not only career, I'm thinking of my own business right now. So imagine my thought process, my mindset has gone to a different level. So it's altogether a way. It's not only career, it's about a lot of things you'll see forward in your life. That's what my understanding is.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And only the last question. I believe that this will help a lot of people as well. Most of the mid-career professionals are are also in a dilemma that they are not getting the opportunity, or they are not getting probably recognized for their work. Like, I'm sure you got the recognition after going through the camp. Uh, what is that you advise for the people? They should be actually going to the coaches, they should be doing on their own, or they should be trying out various things. What is that your advice would be?
See a lot of people who are struggling. I just remember myself when I was struggling. The only thing I couldn't able to take a decision. I couldn't able to find a right coach. I went to certain webinars, but I actually went 2 3 sessions before coming to camp. I couldn't able to get that confidence. But whenever you feel, this is the right time, if you feel that, now this is what my expected, this is what I'm looking for, and these are the things it will be covered. And whenever you think, this is the right person, I should go and talk and interact. So you should take a decision. That's what my understanding is. Only thing I struggle, I have not started, is just not taking a decision. I think somebody who can take a decision, and especially I would recommend camp very highly, because it's step by step. It will not take you from a session, from introduction to a session where you have to do advanced thing. It is very well thought, designed course, where you will get prepared mentally that yes, these are the primary most important thing we need to prioritize. Then you move to a LinkedIn model, then you move to a interview session. There is one interview session which is done with one of the guests. It's phenomenal. I have never thought that I should present myself in an interview. However, it was not the same case for me, but I went through a situation where there are certain points it will blow your mind, where you just deserve, you just think that, these are the points how the interview would never thought that, the candidate has so much prepared. One thing that really helped me is whenever I never thought going to an interview considering JD in mind, considering keywords in mind. These are the small things which I never thought I couldn't not able to get from anywhere. So it's just a example. There are a lot more other things which you will find in this course, and I should highly recommend for somebody who's really struggling, don't know what to do, and just really very, 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 very honest to improve himself, improve professionally. You should give it a shot. I think it's worth for every single penny.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your views and thoughts that you have discussed. I believe that what you have showcased so far, in my understanding, that you're a true example of a person who can ultimately take a decision even though if you were in doubt initially when you started off with. Definitely you have gone through your own struggle, but once you realize that yes, this is of value, you have practiced it. Ultimately the result comes not by just looking at some things or intellectually learning it. It is coming by the practicing it or applying it. And I had designed the cam with the mindset that if somebody apply it, they are going to get the result. Whatever I could do in my career or I couldn't do in my career, I had probably put in together in the camp. And I know for sure that somebody who is applying those thought process, they are definitely going to get the result. And my first point was always about believing in yourself, because mid-career professionals at times they underestimate themselves. That underestimating needs to stop. They need to probably raise their bar. They needs to rise above the average that they are probably going through. They always have it in them in terms of functional expertise, certification, and everything. But it is just that spark which is missing, the direction which is missing, the clarity which is missing. But that once you get it, I'm sure each one of you can shine to the next level. So thank you very much for being an example of it. I'm very, very proud to have you in the Hall of Fame. You have shown the real example of practical application of CAM. So really, really proud of you and wish you all the best in your career. And we'll see you in the leadership as well as we grow forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Looking forward to learn and grow forward.